The gunmetal gray of the skateboard deck gleamed under the harsh fluorescent lights of the community center as Rocco slammed it down on the registration table, his heart pounding like a drum in a punk rock concert. "I'm gay," he blurted out to the counselor, the words tasting like ash on his tongue. A desperate lie to gain entry into the exclusive LGBTQ+ skate camp that promised pro-level training and connections he couldn't get anywhere else. Little did he know, that single fabrication would unravel his entire life, turning a summer of tricks and flips into a vortex of self-discovery, betrayal, and irreversible choices. Rocco Thompson had always been the king of the halfpipe in his small Ohio town. But at 17, he was starving for more. The local parks were filled with amateurs, and his dreams of going pro seemed as distant as the California coastlines he idolized in skate videos. When he stumbled upon the ad for Rainbow Rail Skate Camp, a week-long intensive for queer youth, sponsored by big-name brands and offering scholarships to underrepresented teens, it felt like fate. The catch? It was strictly for LGBTQ+ participants, verified through a simple self-declaration and a confidential chat. Rocco didn't hesitate. He forged ahead with the lie, packing his bags and boarding a bus to the rolling hills of upstate New York, where the camp was nestled in a wooded retreat center. Upon arrival, the air buzzed with energy. Dozens of teens milled about, their boards decorated with pride flags and stickers proclaiming identities Rocco had only vaguely heard about in school whispers. He felt like an intruder, his straight boy swagger clashing with the open vulnerability around him. "Name's Rocco," he said gruffly to his bunkmate, a lanky guy with tousled brown hair and a rainbow bandana tied around his wrist. "Ryan," the other replied with a warm smile that made Rocco's stomach twist uncomfortably. Ryan was openly gay, from a progressive family in Seattle, and his ease with himself was both enviable and intimidating. The first day kicked off with orientation. Group circles where everyone shared their stories. Rocco mumbled something vague about coming out to unsupportive parents, his face burning as others nodded empathetically. Ryan shared how skating had been his escape from bullying in middle school, his voice steady but laced with old pain. As the group dispersed for the first session, Ryan clapped Rocco on the back. "Hey man, if you need to talk, I'm here. This place is about more than ollies. It's about finding your tribe." Rocco nodded, swallowing hard, the weight of his deception already pressing down. Training was brutal and exhilarating. Under the guidance of pro skaters who were out and proud, they learned advanced tricks, kickflips over rails, grinds on ledges, and airs that defied gravity. Rocco excelled, his natural talent shining, but he found himself drawn to Ryan's style. Fluid, creative, less about power and more about expression. They paired up for drills, laughing when one wiped out, high-fiving on successes. By evening, around the campfire, stories flowed. Ryan opened up about his first crush, a boy in his art class, and the heartbreak when it ended. Rocco listened, feigning relatability, but inside, questions stirred. Why did Ryan's words make his pulse quicken? Was it just the adrenaline from the day? As nights blurred into days, the lie began to fray at the edges. Rocco caught himself staring at Ryan during downtime, admiring the way sunlight caught his hair or how his laugh echoed across the skate park. It wasn't attraction, he told himself, just admiration for a friend. But when a group game turned to truth or dare, and Ryan dared Rocco to share his coming-out moment in detail, panic surged. Rocco spun a tale borrowed from online forums, but his voice cracked, and Ryan's eyes narrowed slightly. "That sounds rough," Ryan said later, alone in their bunk. "But you seem guarded. It's okay to let go here." Rocco turned away, pretending to sleep, his mind racing. The camp was supposed to be a stepping stone to his dreams, not a mirror forcing him to confront shadows he didn't know existed. Conflicts arose subtly at first. During a workshop on identity and acceptance, a counselor spoke about the harm of pretending in queer spaces. Rocco shifted uncomfortably, feeling eyes on him, or was it paranoia? He threw himself into skating harder, landing a 360 flip that earned cheers, but the victory felt hollow. Ryan, sensing his tension, suggested a late-night session at the empty park. Under the stars, they skated in silence, then talked. Ryan confessed his fears of never finding real love in a world still harsh to gay men. Rocco, moved, shared a real truth. His conservative parents' expectations, the pressure to be the perfect son. Football star turned skater, but always straight, always successful. Sounds like my story before I came out, Ryan said softly, their boards inches apart. In that moment, Rocco felt a spark, not of friendship, but something deeper, terrifying. The midpoint of camp brought a team challenge. Design a routine incorporating personal stories. Rocco and Ryan collaborated, their ideas meshing seamlessly. As they practiced, hands brushing during spots, Rocco's denial cracked. He liked Ryan, not as a bro, but in a way that made his chest ache. The realization hit like a failed landing. Was he gay? Or was the lie seeping into reality? That night, unable to sleep, Rocco sneaked out, calling home from a payphone. His dad's voice boomed, "Proud of you for getting into that elite camp, son. Just focus on the skills, none of that other stuff." The other stuff, the implication stung. Hanging up, Rocco returned to find Ryan awake. "Everything okay?" Ryan asked. Rocco hesitated, then lied again. "Yeah, just homesick." But the damage was done. The web of deceit was tightening. By the end of the first week segment, Rocco's internal storm raged. He excelled on the board, but off it, every interaction with Ryan felt charged with unspoken truth. A group hike led to a cliffside view, where Ryan pulled him aside. "I like you, Rocco, more than friends." The confession hung in the air, and Rocco froze, his mind screaming to run. Instead, he leaned in, their lips meeting in a tentative kiss, his first with a guy. Felt right, electric, but guilt flooded him immediately. Pulling back, he muttered, "I can't," and fled, leaving Ryan confused and hurt. The lie had birthed a truth, but at what cost? Rocco spent the night alone, weighing the price of honesty against the safety of his fabricated world. The kiss lingered like a ghost in Rocco's mind as the camp pushed into its second phase, intensifying drills and deepening bonds. He avoided Ryan the next morning, burying himself in solo practice, but the skate park felt smaller, every glance a potential confrontation. Ryan, ever the optimist, approached during lunch. "About last night. If I misread things, I'm sorry." Rocco's throat tightened. He wanted to confess everything, the lie, the confusion, but fear won. "It's cool, man. Just experimenting, I guess." The words tasted bitter, a half-truth that widened the chasm between them. As the days progressed, the camp's focus shifted to community building. Guest speakers shared tales of overcoming societal rejection, from workplace discrimination to family estrangement. Rocco absorbed it all, the stories mirroring his growing turmoil. His parents, devout churchgoers, had always preached traditional values. Coming out would shatter that facade. Yet, with Ryan, he felt seen not as the tough skater but as someone vulnerable. They reconciled tentatively, skating together again, but tensions simmered. Ryan shared more, his ex-boyfriend's betrayal, cheating with a straight friend pretending to question his sexuality. The irony stabbed Rocco. Was he becoming that villain? A pivotal moment came during a mock competition. Rocco and Ryan were pitted against each other in a best trick battle. The crowd cheered as Rocco nailed a varial heel flip, but Ryan's creative line, "A manual to no-slide with flair," stole the show. Jealousy flared in Rocco, not just for the win, but for Ryan's authenticity. Post-event, in the locker room, Ryan confronted him. "You're holding back, Rocco. On the board and with me. What's really going on?" Cornered, Rocco snapped, "Maybe I'm not like you. Maybe this was all a mistake." Hurt flashed in Ryan's eyes, and he walked away, leaving Rocco to stew in regret. The isolation amplified Rocco's internal conflict. He journaled furiously in his bunk, questioning his identity. Was the attraction real or a product of immersion? Memories resurfaced. Crushes on girls that felt obligatory, stolen glances at guys in gym class dismissed as envy. The lie had opened a door he couldn't close. Seeking solace, he confided in a counselor anonymously during a one-on-one session. "What if someone here isn't really Queer? He asked hypothetically. The counselor frowned. Pretending harms everyone. It erodes trust in safe spaces. The words echoed, fueling Rocco's guilt. He decided to pull back, focusing solely on skating, but Ryan's absence left a void. Midweek brought a group outing to a nearby town for a pride festival. Colors exploded everywhere. Flags, floats, joyful crowds. Rocco wandered alone at first, overwhelmed by the acceptance. He spotted Ryan laughing with new friends, a pang of jealousy hitting hard. Approaching, he apologized. "I freaked out. I'm figuring things out." Ryan's response was guarded. "Figuring out is fine, but don't play with people's hearts." They spent the day together, tensions easing amid the festivities. A shared cotton candy, a dance in the street, moments that blurred lines. By evening, back at camp, Ryan kissed him again, and this time, Rocco didn't pull away. It was a surrender, but one laced with dread. The high was short-lived. News from home arrived via email. His parents discovered the camp's true nature through a social media post from a mutual friend. "What is this LGBTQ nonsense? Call us immediately," the message read. Panic surged. Rocco had listed it as a general skate camp. He called, lying once more. "It's inclusive, but I'm there for the training." His mom sounded doubtful. "We raised you better than to get mixed up in that." The conversation ended with warnings, amplifying his moral quandary. Was pursuing this truth worth alienating his family? As relationships deepened, so did betrayals. Rocco overheard Ryan talking to others about his doubts. "Rocco seems genuine, but something's off." Paranoia set in. He distanced himself again, leading to a heated argument. "If you can't be real, maybe we shouldn't be anything," Ryan said, storming off. The pain was visceral. Rocco had tasted connection, only to sabotage it. He threw himself into a dangerous trick, attempting a 540 McTwist without warm-up, resulting in a nasty fall. Bruised and bleeding, he lay there, realizing the physical pain paled against the emotional. Recovery forced introspection. In the infirmary, a fellow camper shared his story of being disowned after coming out. "The freedom was worth the loss," he said. Rocco pondered. Could he pay that price? Ryan visited, concern etching his face. "You scared me. Whatever's eating you, talk to me." Rocco almost confessed, but choked. Instead, they reconciled with a hug, the embrace stirring unresolved feelings. The camp's end loomed, decisions pressing. Rocco weighed the lie's evolution, from entry ticket to catalyst for truth. But admitting it now could destroy everything built with Ryan. The segment closed with a bonfire talent show. Rocco performed a spoken-word piece disguised as fiction, venting his turmoil. A boy lying to fit in, only to find his lie was his hidden self. Ryan's eyes met, his understanding dawning. Afterward, alone, Ryan asked, "Was that about you?" Rocco nodded, tears welling. "I lied to get in, but now, I think it's real." The confession hung heavy, Ryan's face a mix of shock and betrayal. "You used this space? Us?" He left without a word, leaving Rocco shattered. The truth was out, but the damage irreversible. The confession's aftermath rippled through the camp like a shockwave, though Rocco kept it private between him and Ryan for now. Mornings started with awkward silences in the bunk. Ryan's once warm demeanor turned cold. Rocco tried apologies, but Ryan brushed them off. "I need space." The rejection stung deeper than any fall, forcing Rocco to confront the selfishness of his initial lie. Skating became his only outlet, each trick a desperate bid for control in a spiraling world. As the program intensified with pro scouts arriving, pressure mounted. Rocco's skills caught eyes, but his distraction showed in sloppy landings. A scout pulled him aside. "You've got potential, kid, but your head's not in it." Nodding, Rocco redoubled efforts, but thoughts of Ryan intruded. He watched from afar as Ryan bonded with others, jealousy gnawing. The camp's ethos of support clashed with his actions. He had invaded a sanctuary, potentially eroding trust for genuine participants. Family tensions escalated via texts. His sister, more open-minded, messaged, "Mom and Dad are freaking out about that camp. What's really going on?" Rocco replied vaguely, but the guilt compounded. Back home, his life awaited. High school senior year, college apps, the facade of straight normalcy. But the kiss with Ryan replayed endlessly, affirming a truth he couldn't deny. Was he bisexual? Gay? The labels terrified him, evoking images of rejection, lost friends, a derailed future. A turning point came during a diversity panel. Speakers discussed internalized homophobia and the ethics of queer spaces. One panelist said, "Allies are welcome, but deception undermines our safety." Rocco felt exposed, slipping out early. Ryan followed. "We need to talk." In a secluded spot, emotions erupted. "You lied to everyone. To me," Ryan accused. Rocco defended, "I didn't know it'd turn into this. Meeting you changed everything." Tears flowed. Ryan softened slightly. "I like you too, but trust is broken." They parted unresolved, the conversation a raw wound. The camp organized a mentorship day, pairing vets with newbies. Rocco mentored a younger kid struggling with identity, the irony biting. "It's okay to question," Rocco advised, drawing from his chaos. The kid's gratitude highlighted the harm of his lie. What if others doubted because of imposters like him? Meanwhile, Ryan paired with someone else, their laughter a dagger. Rocco's performance suffered. A failed grind led to a sprained ankle, sidelining him. Injured, Rocco had time to reflect. He called his best friend back home, testing waters. "What if I liked a guy?" The response was hesitant. "Dude, that's whatever as long as you're happy." It offered hope, but family loomed larger. His dad's voice echoed from past talks. "Real men don't." The moral dilemma peaked. Continue the charade or embrace the truth? Risking all? Reconciliation attempts with Ryan faltered. A shared meal turned argumentative. "You got what you wanted, skills, connections," Ryan said bitterly. "At my expense." Rocco countered, "It wasn't just that. You made me see myself." Vulnerability bridged gaps. They hugged, but Ryan pulled back. "I need time." The push-pull exhausted Rocco, highlighting love's cost in a judgmental world. As scouts announced callbacks, Rocco made the list, but joy was tainted. Ryan didn't, adding guilt. "Congrats," Ryan said flatly. Rocco offered, "It's because of you, your influence." Ryan's eyes softened, leading to a tentative truce. They skated lightly, conversations deepening. Ryan shared societal pressures. Being gay means constant defense. Rocco empathized, his lie's privilege glaring. The segment's climax hit during a storm-forced indoor session. Confined, truths surfaced in group shares. Rocco, emboldened, admitted vaguely, "I came here under false pretenses, but found my truth." Murmurs arose. Some supported, others questioned. Ryan defended him. "He's figuring it out. That's what this is for." The act mended fences, but privately, Ryan warned, "Don't make me regret this." Their bond strengthened, laced with caution. Nearing the end, Rocco faced a choice. Return home as before or start unraveling the lie. A late-night talk with Ryan sealed it. "If this is real, fight for it," Ryan urged. Rocco nodded, terrified yet resolved. The camp had transformed him, but the real battle awaited beyond its gates. As buses prepared to depart, Rocco whispered, "I'll call you." Ryan smiled faintly. "You better." The goodbye was bittersweet, the lie's evolution complete, from deceit to awakening. Back in Ohio, the summer's heat mirrored Rocco's inner turmoil as he unpacked, the camp sticker on his board a stark reminder. His parents greeted him with probing questions. How was the elite camp? Rocco mumbled positives, avoiding details, but the lie festered. Nights were sleepless. Ryan's texts, cautious at first, becoming lifelines. "Miss skating with you," Ryan wrote. Rocco replied honestly, "Miss you more." The budding long-distance connection amplified his confusion and resolve. School resumed, Senior year, a gauntlet of normalcy. Friends noticed changes. You seem different, man. Rocco shrugged it off, but inside, the truth clawed. He researched online forums on questioning sexuality, stories of coming out. Each resonated, but fear of backlash loomed. His family's church group discussed traditional marriage, his dad's nods reinforcing barriers. The moral weight. Betray his upbringing or himself. Contact with Ryan intensified. Video calls revealed vulnerabilities. Ryan shared job hunts in Seattle, Rocco his college dreams. What if I visit? Rocco suggested impulsively. Ryan hesitated. Only if you're sure. The proposition forced decisions. Rocco's sister confronted him. You're acting weird. Spill. He confided partially. Met someone at camp. Her support surprised. Guy or girl? Admitting guy. She hugged him. I'm here for you. A small victory, but parents remained oblivious. Tensions built when a camp photo surfaced on social media, tagged by a mutual. His mom saw, why all those flags? Rocco downplayed, just inclusive, but suspicion grew. He dove into skating locally, entering comps, his improved skills turning heads. A win brought scouts interest, but joy was hollow without Ryan. A call turned intimate. I think I'm gay, Rocco admitted. Ryan's response, proud of you. But what now? The question hung, demanding action. Betrayal struck from home. His dad found Ryan's texts while borrowing his phone. Confrontation erupted. This some joke? You're not like that. Rocco denied at first, panic overriding. It's nothing, he lied. But his dad's rage escalated. We didn't raise a queer. The word cut deep, echoing societal slurs. Rocco stormed out, calling Ryan in tears. They know. Ryan comforted. You don't have to face it alone. The fallout rippled. Family dinners turned silent battles. His mom pleading, think about your future. Rocco's grades slipped, focus shattered. He considered running away, but Ryan advised, confront it head-on. Inspired, Rocco researched support groups, attending one secretly. Stories there mirrored his. Lies turning to truths. Families divided. It bolstered him, but the price, strained relationships, weighed heavy. A visit from Ryan became reality. Flying in for a weekend, their reunion was electric. Skating at local parks, stolen moments of affection. But hiding from family added stress. When his parents met Ryan as a camp friend, suspicion flared. Post-visit, arguments peaked. That boy's trouble, his dad said. Rocco snapped. He's more than that. I am too. The coming out was raw, unplanned. Shock, tears, ultimatums, change or leave. Exiled to his room, Rocco packed mentally. Ryan's support via phone. You're brave. But bravery cost. Friends distanced, whispers at school. A bully targeted him, echoing past fears. Skating became refuge, but even there, judgment crept. He entered a major comp, channeling pain into performance. Landing a flawless run, he won, but victory felt pyrrhic amid personal loss. Reconciliation attempts with family faltered. Therapy suggested by his sister helped, but progress was slow. His mom's tears. We love you, but this, the ethical quandary. Force acceptance or sever ties. Ryan faced his own, long-distance strain, trust issues from the lie. A fight over commitment. You started with deception, Ryan accused. Rocco apologized profusely, vowing change. The segment ended with Rocco at a crossroads. College acceptance arrived at California school near pro scenes. Come with me? He asked Ryan hypothetically. The dream tempted, but reality's bit. Family, finances, identity. The lie's legacy. A truth born from deceit, demanding ongoing sacrifices. College in California marked a new chapter. The Pacific breeze a stark contrast to Ohio's stifling air. Rocco moved into dorms, his board his constant companion. Ryan a frequent visitor from Seattle. Their relationship solidified, but scars lingered. We built this on a lie, Ryan reminded during arguments. Rocco worked to rebuild trust, attending pride events, volunteering at queer youth centers, atonement for his intrusion. Family relations strained further. Calls home were terse. His dad avoided topics. His mom sent care packages with subtle pleas. Bible verses on redemption. The guilt gnawed. Had his choices fractured them irreparably? Society's pressures amplified campus homophobia in subtle forms. News of anti-LGBTQ laws. Rocco joined advocacy groups, channeling anger into action, but exhaustion set in. Professionally, skating soared. Signed to a sponsor, he competed nationally, Ryan cheering from sidelines. But success demanded authenticity. Interviews probed his story. "I came out through skating," he shared vaguely, omitting the lie. The omission haunted a moral tightrope. Ryan pushed. "Own it all." Rocco resisted, fearing backlash. A crisis hit when an old campmate outed his deception online. Posts accused, faked being gay for perks. The backlash was swift, sponsors wavered. Fans divided. Ryan stood by, but tension peaked. "This is the cost of not being upfront." Rocco defended publicly. "My journey started with a mistake, but it's real now." The statement divided opinions, some praising growth, others decrying privilege. Personal toll mounted. A visit home for holidays turned disastrous. Arguments reignited. "You chose this path," his dad said. Rocco countered, "It's who I am." Disowned temporarily, he returned to Cali broken. Ryan comforted, but their bond frayed under stress. A betrayal emerged. Ryan confided in friends about doubts, words twisting back to Rocco. "Hurt," he accused. "You don't trust me." Ryan admitted, "The lie started it." Therapy became essential. Sessions unpacked trauma, familial rejection, self-doubt, societal bias. Rocco realized the lie's ripple. Not just personal, but communal harm. He reached out to the camp, apologizing formally. The director responded kindly, "Growth matters." It eased some guilt, but not all. As competitions intensified, a major event loomed: nationals. Prep was grueling, mirroring life's battles. Ryan attended, their reconciliation tentative. During the event, Rocco faltered initially, mind cluttered. But channeling experiences, the lie, love, losses, he rallied, placing top 3. Post-win, in the spotlight, he dedicated it to those questioning, fighting. To Ryan, the moment solidified their commitment. Yet, challenges persisted. Ryan's job offer in New York forced choices. Long distance or relocate? Rocco weighed. Career in Cali versus love. Opting for love, he moved, sacrificing sponsor proximity. The decision paid off emotionally but strained professionally. Scouting gigs dwindled, forcing side jobs. Family thawed slowly. His sister's wedding brought reunion. Tentative talks bridged gaps. His mom whispered, "We're trying. Progress but fragile." Society's mirror reflected ongoing struggles. Friends coming out stories, news of equality wins and setbacks. The segment closed with Rocco reflecting on costs. Lost innocence, strained ties, but gained authenticity. The lie's transformation complete, yet questions lingered on ethics and choices. Years later, Rocco stood on a New York rooftop, board in hand, overlooking a city that had become home. At 25, he coached queer youth in skating, full circle from his deception. Ryan, now his partner of 7 years, organized events beside him. Their life was stable, but echoes of the past persisted. "Do you regret the lie?" Ryan asked one evening. Rocco paused. "It hurt people, including you, but it led here." Professional redemption came via a documentary on his journey. Sharing the full story, lie to truth, sparked debates. Was deception justifiable for self-discovery? Supporters lauded vulnerability. Critics condemned space invasion. The film won awards, but backlash included threats, highlighting ongoing societal divides. Family healing progressed unevenly. His dad attended a pride parade reluctantly, a milestone. "I was wrong," he admitted over coffee. Tears flowed. Forgiveness mended, but scars remained. His mom's acceptance grew through therapy, attending their commitment ceremony. The event, intimate, symbolized triumphs over adversity. Yet new conflicts arose. Adopting a child brought scrutiny. Background checks unearthed the old scandal. Does a past lie define you? The agency asked. Rocco argued no, but doubt crept. Ryan reassured, we've paid the price. They navigated, ultimately succeeding, but the process exposed moral ambiguities. In coaching, Rocco mentored a teen mirroring his past. Questioning, tempted to lie for access. Don't, Rocco advised. Truth costs, but lies cost more. The kid's gratitude reinforced his growth. Ryan's career in advocacy complemented. Their partnership a beacon amid storms. Highs and lows intertwined. A relapse of doubt hit Rocco during a rough patch. Ryan's work travel, isolation. Am I really this? He questioned. Therapy reaffirmed, but the internal battle persisted, a lifelong price. Societal shifts influenced. Marriage equality firm, but rising conservatism threatened. They marched, fought, exhausted but resolute. Betrayals from allies stung, reminding of fragility. As the story crested a pivotal choice, Rocco offered a book deal on his life. Accepting meant reliving pain publicly, declining, silencing lessons. He chose to write, dedicating to Ryan, for turning my lie into our truth. The narrative closed with reflection. Decisions shaped destinies, each with tolls. Rocco and Ryan, stronger, faced futures uncertain yet united. Was Rocco's initial lie ethically defensible if it ultimately led to personal authenticity and positive change? Or did the harm to others make it irrevocably wrong?